Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you saw my review of the Wuben G5, this incredible little EDC light that's packed with value, you know that they're doing some pretty innovative stuff over there. Wuben sent me out their E7. Basically, it's like a headlamp and also a right angle flashlight, as well as some accessories that came with it. I'm excited to show this to you guys. It's pretty incredible value. It's usually on sale on Amazon. So let me pause. We'll unbox some of this stuff and I'll show it to you. Okay, here it is, guys. They have some pretty nice packaging that's become kind of industry standard. And here's the light. It's very small, has two emitters on the front, as you probably already noticed. It is USB-C rechargeable. It has a little dust port here. Pull that open. On the back side, it has a nice, strong pocket clip, steel pocket clip, and it has a magnetic base. What's incredible about this light is this puts out 1800 lumens. So we'll put it on just moonlight, and you can cycle through the modes. Yeah, there we go. And then there's turbo, 1800 lumens from a light. I mean, here's the G5 for comparison, which is basically the size of a lighter. This isn't any taller. In fact, it's a little bit shorter, but it's a chunky little light. And I've seen some other guys testing. I always wanted to try one of these out. Theirs are all beat up and scratched up. It looks like these things can take a beating, and I really don't doubt that from the way that it's built. It's very chunky feeling in your hands, a lot of aluminum. And after carrying this in your pocket or a bag, it's probably going to get some patina, which a lot of people like. Definitely makes it look used. Inside, you have the rechargeable cell. Now, I will say it must have a thick O-ring on here, because there's a lot of resistance when you want to take the cover off, which is probably a good sign as far as keeping the water out. They give you an 1100 milliamp 18350, which is half the size of an 18650. I'm not going to do the same mistake and put it in backwards like I did in my last flashlight review. Now, what they also offer is an extension tube so that it screws into that place, and then you put your cap back in place, and that allows you to put an 18650 in this light. Probably would make it an even better pocket carry light, although I don't know if maybe it wouldn't be as light to carry on your headband or to carry on a shirt pocket or clipped in something like that. I'm a big fan of these right angle flashlights because usually I'm wearing a shirt or a hat or something. I can clip this on and it broadcasts light out to where I'm working. Let's talk about a few more of the specs here. So you have 4 flashlight modes, a low of 5 lumens, which is kind of what I call the moonlight mode, medium of 150 lumens, high of 400 lumens, and then your turbo, which is 1800, then it automatically steps down to the lower modes, 800 lumens and then 400. And even on the high, you get an hour, 1.3 hours of runtime. On medium, 4.5 hours. That's probably how a lot of guys are going to use it, especially if you're using it as a work light. Let me show it here again. You also have a strobe and an SOS mode. So no red light mode or anything like that. It's a basic high-powered right angle light, basically. Let's show you how the headlamp clip works. This is pretty cool. Looks like it's got a nice, wide, comfortable strap. It's vented. And I'm pretty sure you just click it in this way. Yeah, there you go. So the pocket clip rides in that channel there, and then it locks in and you can articulate it anyway, which is pretty cool. I'd like to see that feature on some like hiking headlamps, having those little detents in there so you can click it up and down. And then to remove it, trying to get all this in the camera, there's a release, and then you can pull it out. You can see it's kind of a hexagonal shape there to match the base. So pretty cool features. You can get the headlamp band for another $10. This flashlight on Amazon right now is I think $23. That's pretty incredible for this size, the power output. And even compared to its competitors, the closest thing I have that's a competitor is my Olight Perrin 2 Mini. just because this is also a small right angle flashlight. It does have the magnetic charging on the base. Now this is more of a flood beam, you can see there, whereas the E7, it does have a hot spot, but with those dual emitters, I will say it broadcasts the light out a lot better, which is nice for working in a dark room or something like that. It's pretty nice. Would have been cool if they could have fit a red emitter in here, which the Perrin does have. Maybe they'll make a, there you go, you have to double press. Maybe they'll make a Gen 2 of that. They seem to be putting lights out all the time. And if the G5 is anything to go by, I mean, they pack this thing full of all sorts of different features, including the RCB emitter, or RGB emitter is what I meant. This also, it actually comes with the headlamp band included, and the flashlight rests in there, clips in, and then you have an elastic strap that clips it in. And of course you can pivot it up and down, although probably not as much as this system. This is actually pretty cool because you can almost have it pointing straight up or straight down. So I'd like to see them stick with that design. Seems pretty cool. I don't remember what the output is on this. I think it's the same as the Baton 4, which is like 1300 lumens. So you have 13 versus 1800 lumens. This has the dual emitters. So it makes a pretty good headlamp. And since they put the dual emitters in here, you know, maybe they could make another version that has a flood and then a spot, and then you could use them separately or together, which is how a lot of traditional headlamps work. That would be pretty cool. You can get this in a couple different colors. I think you can get it in green and maybe orange. I can't remember. But I also wanted to mention, guys, that Wuben is having a sale starting the end of May, and I think it runs till June 7th. I'll put it in a picture in the video here. Check that out on their website. I'm not sure if those are also going to be reflected on Amazon, but you can get all these things on Amazon, including the accessories. This is a pretty cool light. I'm pretty happy that Wuben sent this out for me to check out, and I hope to be checking out some more stuff from them in the future. Let me know if you guys like these kind of work light, flashlight, EDC videos. I enjoy making them. And so we'll catch you on the next video.